The rules every Hell's Angel has to follow. In Ralph Sonny Barger's book, Hell's Angel, The Life and Times of Sonny Barger, he explains that the motorcycle club aims to have as few rules as possible. The club's survival depends on its rules. If a member breaks the most important parts of the code, there will be serious consequences. Some people are kicked out and have to leave behind everything they are familiar with. Some people are unlucky and die. You have to wear patches and vests as part of a specific dress code. The Hells Angels ride into battle like ancient warriors, showing off their cool symbols and badges. The Hells Angel Club trademarked their patches and protected them with copyright law. This means that their iconic symbols are protected and have a modern twist. The gang doesn't allow anyone else to wear their symbol. In his book, Hell's Angel, The Life and Times of Sonny Barger, Sonny Barger says that members of the club are ready to fight fiercely for their club and its symbols, even if it means risking their lives. If someone wears a patch without being a member, they will likely get beaten up. The Hells Angels motorcycle club members wear vests and jackets with their logo and winged skull symbol on them wherever they go. A police expert in Canada named Sergeant Jacques Lemieux says that the Hells Angels want people to know that they are the strongest biker gang in the world. Members always support their fellow members. The Hells Angels rely on each other for support, just like soldiers do in battle. A former Hells Angel president named George Christie said that the most important rule is to support other members. This information comes from history. Help is available, but it may result in violent and bloody conflicts. People ride together in a specific way. The Hells Angels are a motorcycle club who ride their bikes a lot and usually go on trips together. According to the Vancouver Sun, the group has a chain of command similar to a paramilitary organization, and they always respect the established hierarchy. Sergeant Mark Baker of Minnesota State Patrol, via Duluth News-Tribune, says this is evident when they ride. The chapter president always sits in the front, even though it might be more dangerous. Usually, the vice president goes first when traveling in a group, followed by the road captain and the sergeant of arms. This is a tradition. In his autobiography, Sonny Barger describes the situation after the chapter officers as very chaotic. He says it was like a race where everyone was trying to get ahead. Once 10 spots are filled, the remaining ones will be placed after them. Prospects are usually last. Bikers usually maintain a formation while riding to stay organized, according to Baker's statement to the Duluth News-Tribune. The Hells Angels always stick together and will stop together if one of their members is pulled over by a police officer. People who belong to the group are not allowed to be employed in a prison or as a police officer. There are some things that can disqualify a person from becoming a member right away. According to Neil Hall's book, Hell to Pay, Hells Angels do not accept child molesters and rapists as members. The club doesn't want its members to have any connection with law enforcement. Hall says that if someone tried to become a police officer or prison guard, they cannot join the club. If someone only applied for a job, they are still not qualified to wear the patch. This rule might be there to help bikers avoid getting caught while doing illegal things. Hall mentions that the clubhouse doesn't allow criminal activity and members should avoid drawing attention to themselves. But it's not easy. The Hells Angels value loyalty very highly. They won't let anyone join who has pledged loyalty to another group or cause, even if it's to uphold the law. Don't speak to the press. The Hells Angels don't want their private information to be shared publicly. To prevent this, members are not allowed to speak to the media. This was reported by the Duluth News-Tribune. The club does many things to keep their secrets safe, and this is one of them. It's important for the Hells Angels to protect their members' personal information from reporters. Sonny Barger revealed some rules and parts of the Hells Angels code in his autobiography, but there are still some that will never be made public. You have to go to the club meetings. The Hells Angels have clubhouses where they meet every week for a gathering called church. It's important for members to attend these meetings. Members talk about club matters such as how to handle situations with the police or the media. George Christie explains that these meetings can get personal if someone needs to be disciplined, like if a member is struggling with drugs or alcohol. The Hells Angels think it's important to attend their club events and church as a way to show dedication and respect. According to Hells Angels by Yves Levine, people who are part of or interested in joining the group are supposed to go to the clubhouse for a weekly gathering that is like a church service. According to Sonny Barger's book, Hell's Angel, if a member misses a meeting without a good reason, they will have to pay a fine of $50 to $100. Only males are allowed to join as members. Women are allowed in the club, but not fully. According to Sonny Barger's book, Hell's Angel, wives and girlfriends of members, who are called old ladies, can spend time at the clubhouse. These women spend a lot of time with their partners, and they often travel together. It's an important part of their lifestyle. In the past, some women wore patches to show off the insignia. Even if they are respected, old ladies can only go to meetings on special occasions because women are not allowed to become official members. Barger, as reported by BBC, said that the Hells Angels are very sexist towards women, but they believe they have the right to be that way. According to Sergeant Jacques Lemieux, as reported by the Vancouver Sun, the Hells Angels use women in important roles to collect information about law enforcement and other gangs. The organization considers the information they receive very important. They have used female spies as air traffic controllers and in the military. Members cannot join another club or gang. The Hells Angels expect their members to prioritize their loyalty to the club over everything else. They don't want their members to pledge loyalty to any other group, just like they don't want them to take oaths to serve the law. According to Sonny Barger's autobiography, the HAMC used to have a very strict rule that prevented their members from joining the American Motorcyclist Association. Using dangerous drugs and drug-related injuries are not allowed. The Hells Angels have been admitting to using drugs like weed for a long time. As per history, members must follow rules to reduce the negative effects of drug use, which means that some of the more dangerous drugs are not allowed. The HAMC doesn't allow heroin and needles because they think drug addicts might not prioritize the club. Some rules apply only to certain situations. In Hell's Angel, Sonny Barger says that smoking cigarettes or weed is not allowed during meetings. Barger says it's important not to add anything to the drinks, especially if some members are on parole, probation, or may be drug tested. This is to avoid anyone getting intoxicated without their knowledge. The club didn't allow drug burns because it makes them look bad. Barger says that the rule is not followed anymore because the police have used it too many times to charge the organization with a crime. The club is the top priority, no matter what. Dave Atwell, a former member of the Hells Angels, talked to McLean's about his experience as a police informant. He was the highest-ranking member of the Hells Angels to ever do so. He said that when he started biking full-time, he felt like he had to serve the club and that it became his whole life. The Belfast Telegraph wrote about the Hells Angels biker gang and interviewed a biker named Colin. He knew some Hells Angels because he was in another group. When they asked him why he didn't join them, he said he couldn't or didn't want to do everything they required of members. He said that the most difficult thing is figuring out how to manage having a family. You should prioritize the club above everything else. It requires a lot of dedication. If the club calls you, you have to be there, so it's hard to have a full-time job. Colin explained that not showing up when called is like disrespecting the club, which is not acceptable. He mentioned that even if someone has kids, they are still expected to prioritize the club over their family and work. Do you have any other things you need to do or attend to? Basically, the club was the top priority, and there were no other obligations that took precedence. That's all for the video today. We will be right back with more such videos. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe.